Alright, so right now we're going to talk about all the crazy stuff that's going on within the economy, man. The debt ceiling, um, so the debt in the US is just insane, man. I'm not going to lie, it's actually insane. So we're going to see right now how much the US is in debt right now. This is the clock telling you how much debt the US is in. So the debt is this number doesn't even exist in real life, but the debt is rounded up. I'm gonna round it up to $32 trillion, which doesn't exist. I don't even know how it's been run. Whatever. $32 trillion. Each citizen owes 100K. Each taxpayer owes 250K. They've spent. I don't even want to go through all the debt that they spent because it's just too much money. That doesn't exist. But what would happen if the U.S. paid off its debt? Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's no possible way that it's possible, bro. Like, 32 trillion is crazy. What? Like, if you paid that off, I'm not gonna. I can't say too much, but yeah. Anyways, so there's basically what's happening is the people that work within the government, they gotta make a decision what they're gonna do. Are they gonna add more debt, or are they going to make a decision to add more debt? Are they not going to come to a decision? And if they don't come to a decision by June 1st, then basically, not the whole system is going to stop, but like low key, the whole system might stop. Like it's just like they got to make a decision, and we don't know. Like no one really knows because they got to go through all this. So it's just a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on. But we're gonna also talk about all the banks that are failing at this moment. So a couple of banks have already failed, such as Silicon Valley Bank, Celsius, a whole bunch, some crypto banks, some normal banks, they failed. But the next one that's really going through that failure right now is called Pacific Western Bank. They've been around since 1982. That's like 50 something years. That's like on the market 50 years or something like that. Oh, actually 51 years. Oh, it's been 41 years. But 41 years this bank been around, and right now the stock went down by 60%. So what does that mean? That means that that's another bank that failed. That's failing. Okay, and then another bank that seems like it's going through a lot of scary stuff is TD Bank being shorted, and this is the largest short position of all time. So basically, what a short is, people believe that this bank is going to go down. So what they want to do, they want to borrow money so they can bet on this bank to go down. And I remember before I was seeing it, I think it was at 1 billion or whatever it was. It was like a high number. Now it went up to 6.1 billion, which is sad and insane. But when you see something like this, number one thing that comes to your mind is, how do I get involved? Because if there's that much money going somewhere, you have to take a note of that, because that definitely means that something is wrong, and you got to benefit from that. But this is some other stuff. Apparently, like I'm going too deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing things that I shouldn't be doing, but whatever. So they said a Democrat sold First Republic stock. So that's like allegedly. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about that. But they said that a Democrat sold First Republic stock and then bought JP Morgan before the collapse. So shout out to that Democrat. I guess this is her, but shout out to her, man. She's smart. I don't know. What am I saying? Don't shout out to her. Forget everything I just said. Okay, so a bank called What's that bank called again? First Republic Bank. They've been around since 1985. So, number one, the thing about all these banks is like, if they've been around since 1985 and right now they're failing, these are not new banks. These are banks that have been around for 40 years. It's like a 40-year-old man being around. That's an old guy. You know what I'm saying? So, now, it's just a lot of turmoil and a lot of things going wrong. But, anyways, this bank got bought up by a bank that you probably might have heard of, JP Morgan, for about $11 billion. And it's just like, there's this thing called contagion, you know, and like, it's like when someone's sick and they got a contagious virus. It's like some people believe that since this bank is failing and that bank is failing and that bank is failing, it might be a contagious situation. But I was thinking about it. I'm like, is it contagious? Or is it like the disease itself that each bank has? It's not about it being contagious, it's that these banks are actually ridden with disease. So yeah, they got bought by 11 billion. That was another bank failure. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of turmoil going on. Now we're gonna talk about U.S. money. So some news: U.S. dollar rebounds. So the U.S. dollar rebounded. Then another country that's like, I can't get too deep into it, but it's like, what is there's a certain person that's running stuff. And I'm just wondering, what is that person really doing? Because like, if I got this information, he gotta have way more information than me. But what is he really doing? But anyways, so China takes the yuan global in bid to repel a weaponized dollar. So China takes the yuan global in bid to repel a weaponized dollar. So I could see this information right here. And someone else that's very important that's at the top could see the same information, but I wonder what that person's going to do with it. So the yuan is going global. And the man who helped George Soros break the Bank of England takes aim at the US dollar. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 4 news stories just seem pretty bad to me. So, what I have to say is everything going wrong? Like, is everything going wrong? Is everything going bad? I don't know. I mean, no, clearly it is. So, let's see. Canadian banks will have field day. Canadian bank, that's a lie. Canadian banks will not have a field day. Canadian banks better try to do their best to cover their downside. But the Fed is the wrong bank regulator. Credit Suisse, that's another bank that failed. There's a 4-letter word that can be attributed to all the failures, and that would be DEBT. Credit Suisse. Let's go into Credit Suisse, man. It's pretty crazy, man. Let's see how long that bank been around for. Hold on. So, Credit Suisse been around since 1856. 1856. That's like that. It's been around for 167 years, and it failed, and it got bought by. It got bought, I guess, by the European Central Bank, and then now they're thinking of selling it. So basically, that bank is so trash that the biggest bank in Europe bought it, and they want to get rid of it because it's just probably too much debt. Man. It's like 17 billion of the debt is worthless. $17 billion in debt. Oh, UBS is not the central bank? I thought UBS was the central bank. Largest, but yeah, that has to be the central. That's not the central bank. Yeah, I don't even know why they would buy that bank. They just, I don't know why they bought it. Actually, they're kind of stupid, man. Anyways, it's basically it. It's a whole bunch of turmoil. It's like basically run, man. Run as far as you can.